Okay. Um, we have 42 students. Okay. I will try to. So today we will have 2 hour class, right? 2 hour courses. So I will make 1 hour for hopefully for the introduction, and maybe 1 hour for going into the chapters in the textbook, but not really um, in detail for today. But I will try to let you know what we will going to have in the whole semester. Okay? Because actually, um, we, the semester start from yesterday, right? From Wednesday, September 22nd. So it is a little bit. If you see the end of the semester, it's around the middle January, before the holiday and Chinese New Year and everything. So we will have only, I think, around 16 weeks. Usually, one semester we have 18 weeks. So we reduce 2 weeks. Okay, so in case some of the subsections in our chapters is not done, I will provide a recording session outside of the class. So you just need to watch the video. Okay, if we don't have much time. Okay, but I will try to make it on time in all in the class. Okay. Okay, I think I can start to present you uh, the presentation. So uh, yes, all right. Now this is actually the same for. I have 2 class today and tomorrow, right? So today's class is the 011, okay, 011. So CE162A 011. If you want to change your mind and you want to change your schedule to tomorrow, you can email me and you can ask me for authorization code. Wait a minute. I think. Okay, so um, this is me. Okay, so that's my name. If you don't know how to pronounce my name, it's Iman. Okay, Iman. Or you can just call me teacher, professor. But if you want to call the name, it's called Iman. Okay. Uh, I'm teaching the calculus subject since 2018. Okay, it's around 3 years. This is my email. I have 2 active email for NTST, but I hope if you didn't didn't receive any reply from me, maybe it is going into the spam. So I'm suggesting to send the second email, okay, the GApps NTST. It's better. Uh, Usually I will get notified by the second email. The first email sometimes it will be going into my spam folder. Okay. Okay. I hope my English clear enough for you. Um, I will try to find out whether you understand or not the language. Okay. Um, okay. Oh, I'm graduated from Town Tech, um, from Material Science Engineering Department, and since 2018, I'm teaching the this program, especially the calculus subject. Okay, and that's my introduction. I want to know all the students, and that's why if you check the Moodle, uh, I checked uh, half hour ago. I think we only have, even it's not half of the class sending the video. So I hope you can send the video by this week. I want to know all of you and make just a short introductions, just your name, maybe your interest, hobby if you want, and maybe what you want to get in the future, which major you want to choose. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, just maybe 50 or maybe 1 minute. Yeah, it's under 1 minute, I think, if you want to make it fast. But if you want to make more than 1 minute, it's okay, of course. If you want to talk more and you want to introduce yourself, um, yeah. So please send your video into the folder files. I'm I put the link on the Moodle in the very first post in the bulletin board on the Moodle. Okay, so please check that out. Okay. Okay, the next thing is please check this QR code. This is usually for our attendance class. So you need to scan the QR code, and then it will automatically mark your name, and that means that you are attending my class. Okay, can you check this QR code? If you have trouble, difficulty to scan, let me know. Usually, you need to use your ID and your password. So don't forget the password. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes to scan this QR code. Okay, if you have any trouble, you can just type in who are or maybe you have some difficulty, technical difficulty. So every class, I will give you this attendance before we start the class. Okay, so this is the attendance. Okay, I think we can move on. If you need to scan the QR code, you can tell me later. Okay. And then another important thing is you need to check Moodle system. Okay, so every subject in our university, every course you take, the professor will announce officially on the Moodle system. Maybe it's homework or maybe it's any information about exam. It will be on the Moodle. Okay, if you don't check the Moodle, and then probably maybe the professor, he announced, okay, we will have a quiz on this date. This is the topic. And then he didn't mention it in the class. If you don't study or you don't prepare, that is your fault because you didn't check the Moodle. So this is my suggestion, to check the Moodle periodically. Okay, because every professor, they have different style. Okay, for me, I will announce on the class and then let you know. Okay, but maybe other professor, they will maybe didn't announce on the class, but they will just announce on the Moodle, and then you feel that, oh, it's sudden quiz and you didn't study. So you need to at least check every 2 or 3 days the Moodle system. And it's also maybe if you want to link your school email, your university email, link with your maybe Gmail or maybe your other email, that's also good. So you will have notifications. Okay. Okay, another thing. Okay, maybe yesterday when you find or when you are looking for Moodle, the server, I think, went down several times yesterday because I think too many students are going inside. So also me. Okay, I personally checked the Moodle yesterday from the morning. It's really crowded. I cannot get in. I was on the Moodle successfully from the evening. Okay, so to avoid that problem, my suggestions, okay, for you and for our class, please check the computer center, apply for Google account for students. It's called the G Suite for Education. you will have you will receive the GApps email. Okay, that will be your new email for Google Educations. Okay, and by using that uh, Google account, when you are entering this Google Meet, you will enter it directly. You don't need to um, to take permission from me. Okay, okay. So this is, I think, a good idea. It will help you, and it will help me also. Okay. So whenever the Moodle system getting down or maybe difficult to access, you can check this Google account, and I will announce in the Google Classrooms. And later I will create a new Google Classroom for you, so we can have two different system, Moodle and Google Classroom. Okay. And maybe also I will give some homework on the Google Classroom. Okay. I will also announce on the Google on the Moodle, but you need to have this the Google account first. Okay, so I will check whether you have Google account or not. When you have all of the class, all the students have applied the Google account, then I will start making the Google Classroom. Okay, that's for the Google. Okay, the next thing is whenever we are enter our school, it should be around October, but we still don't know the announcement. Still not any. We don't have any official announcement about the date. The school say that maybe around October 5th, but we are still waiting for the official announcement. So you need to wear a mask and social distancing. Okay, yeah. Okay, you can learn from Star Wars, the Darth Vader. Okay, another thing to mention is the textbook. Okay, you can check this textbook. This is the 9th edition, James Stewart. Okay, you can see the cover if you want. You can take the picture of the cover if you want. Actually, I will send these presentations in the Moodle later. Okay, if you want all the things that you need to prepare. Okay, so this is the textbook. The below here you see the additional reference that is for your informations. Okay, so for example, Wolfram Alpha, it's a website for it's actually computations website, so you can compute anything. You can make some questions, and the Wolfram Alpha will answer it for you. Like for example, you want to have you want to find some calculations, and you have the formula. You can put the formula into Wolfram Alpha, and it will find you the results. Okay, and you can also learn some subject in MIT OpenCourseWare. It's actually from 2010, I think, 2011. It's quite long, but still it's good. It's good. It's good for you if you want to learn. Also, you can learn some courses on Coursera. Some courses are good for you, for the undergraduate students also, especially some courses related to mathematics or calculus. And GeoGebra is a website for especially if you want to have a graph. Okay, you want to make a graph, and you want to make it really details. You can check on GeoGebra. And the last one is actually just a story about calculus. It's not really a heavy subject, but I think if you want to know more about the calculus from different perspective, you can try to look for this one. But this is not really in our subject, but it is useful if you are using it. Okay, but the most important is the textbook, the Calculus 9th edition by James Stewart. Okay, Okay, that's the textbook and additional reference. Okay, the schedule. I think you already know the schedule. Okay. Uh, we are in the class B here. So you have the Tuesday and Thursday. So actually in Tuesday, you have 3 hours here. Actually, the last hour is teaching assistant session. We have actually your teaching assistant also with us today. Later after this presentation, I will have him to make some introduction about himself, about teaching assistant, and maybe if he want to know you more. Okay. 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 Next slide is okay. Before we are going into what we will going to learn in calculus and every details in it. Okay. Uh, the first thing to take notes is what is calculus and why we need to learn about calculus. So first, calculus is basically it's subject of math. Okay, so mathematics has a lot of sections, right? You have like a geometry, statistic, blah blah blah, and calculus is one of the subject in math, right? But why calculus is really special is because calculus is just it just relate subject in math that can change. Okay, so everything that can have change, like you can have some rate in it, it will be going into calculus. And the two main subject in calculus that is really having some rate in it is derivative and integrations. Okay, just two. But from that two, we can have a lot of contents. Okay, that is basically calculus. Calculus is actually derived from the word calculate. It's actually a marble. You know marble? Okay, it's a marble. So marble is used for counting, for calculations. That is the word calculus came from. Okay, and then the two person that developed calculus from Europe is Newton and Leibniz. Newton is the right top one. The Leibniz is the bottom one. So both of them developed calculus. Okay, we can say that two of founder of the calculus. Okay. Okay. Another mathematicians, Bertrand Russell. He's from United States. He's also a philosopher, also mathematicians. He said that a calculus required continuity, and continuity was supposed to require the infinitely little, but nobody could discover what the infinitely little might be. So this is actually a concept of calculus that's really, really important. I will maybe explain in detail, maybe in 2 or 3, maybe next 2 meetings or 3 meetings about continuity. So continuity is one section that important in calculus, because if you are, let's say you want to draw a line, you can draw a line perfectly without taking the pen, right? If you take the pen, your line will be not continue. I will explain later. And the continuity, if you draw a line and you split the line, becomes little, and those little line you can split and become little. That is actually what you are called in the formula. Maybe you remember when you're in high school, you have dx, right? And that's the symbols for something that is really, really small. Okay, but actually that's really, really small. We cannot really see, right? We cannot really see. Like maybe you have an atom. You know, in an atom you have the electrons, and maybe maybe the last research tells you that we have the leptons, quark, etc. in those small worlds, right? But we are still in the unknown, and mathematicians take this unknown into some concept that is in calculus concept. Okay, I will try to explain later. If you confuse, don't worry. I will try to explain later in a better concept. Okay. So first we have the derivative. It's all about the slope, how um, how how the slope is, how steep is the slope. Okay. Is it going to be a vertical? Is it going to be horizontal? The slope, right? Okay. And then actually this is not the slope, the picture, it's the second line. The slope is it's a tangent. Later I will show you. And the second concept of the calculus is the integrations. That is the area under the curve that you want to find. Okay, so you need to find the area, and how to find the area you can approach with the integration. Okay, so basically derivative and integral. I will tell you more later. Okay, but before that, I will tell you about our system in the class, how the class works, and how the grading will be, and how do we proceed to learn. Okay, so it's actually depends on you. We can be slow, we can be fast. Okay, so whenever you feel difficult, whenever you feel not really comfortable, you can let me know, and I will try to fix it. And please be confident. Okay, if you feel your English is not really good, and that's okay. It's fine. You can still type in on the email if you want to email me, and I will try my best to help you. Okay. Okay. This is our grading. Okay. So attendance will be 10%. Quiz will be 25%. TA score. So the TA will give you some score. It will be 10%. Midterm will be 20%, and final exam will be 35%. Final exam, why is it so high? It's 35. So for final exam, I'm still thinking on how we are going to have our final. If we are going to have an online class for the whole semester, I need to think which method is better. Okay. Probably the final exam will be divided into written tests and then probably oral tests. So I will asking one by one for the students, but don't worry, it's just a small discussions. Don't be worried about if whether you are not able to talk or speak. I will try to guide you. Okay, so I'm still thinking about that. Okay, so if we are going to have an online class for the whole semester, I need to think which method that is suitable for you. But actually, for the learning session, I already prepared for the whole online class. Okay, so you don't need to be worried. Okay, I need to stop here before we are continue this slide. I want to have our TA first to make introductions. Dofran, are you here?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. Dofran, can you have introduction and maybe yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Professor Iman, for the opportunity. Hello, guys. My name is Dofran. It spells like Dofran. Same with Professor Iman. I'm also from Indonesia, and here I will become your TA, and our class will be held on Tuesday after the Tuesday class around 3:30 p.m. And I'm from civil engineering department. Now I study as the PhD student. And I know since it's very new for you guys all, so let's just learn about calculus together. So I only here for support you guys and also support Professor Iman, and we hope that you can enjoy the calculus too. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Before we are going move forward, actually, for the presentation, I have last session for the presentations, but I will give that in the last moment. I will show you my schedule first for this class, and probably okay, wait. Okay. Okay, present. Okay, this is the schedule. Okay, if you see here, we start here. This is actually what my expectations, but if we are not really um, finish all, I will maybe put in another day, and maybe if still need some time, I will put in the video, and you just need to watch. Okay? You just need to watch. Okay, so this is today, and then we still have some sections here. It's still all the early introductions for the limit. Okay, before we going into derivative, and then we go into derivative here with some subsections like the product rule, chain rule, etc. And don't worry about all of this. I will send this schedule as PDF to you in Moodle, so you can check the Moodle. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Still the derivative, a linear approximation, still derivative, and derivative and applications. We have the graph here. How to graph using the derivative, how to optimize the functions, and from here is actually we are going to integrations, and probably we'll have a midterm. Oh, sorry, should be here. Okay, should be here. Sorry, should be here. It should be here. And should be here. It should be inside. Because the indefinite and net change theorem it's short section, so I will combine this one. And maybe if we still have something here, we can still move here. It's still okay. And then going to December, we are still in the integrations, and this is about volume. And we will finish on this arc line here and surface area. This is chapter 8. So if you have the textbook, you can check the chapters. We will have the semester finish in chapter 8. Okay, chapter 8. Okay. And in January, this is actually possibility through here. Actually, our final exam is around here in the 11, 12, 13. So actually this from January 4th until January, so the Tuesday class here or Thursday, we still have some additional class if we want, if we have some subject that we need to study, and I will prepare for your final. Okay, I will send all this information to you after the class. Okay, and you can look all the important things. And by the way, I think if you look at this, I have some. Oh, wait a minute. if you see the small star here, see that? That's probably a quiz. Probably a quiz. But we still can change the date. Okay, but it's probably a quiz. And also here, it's probably a quiz. So I already prepared at least 2 quiz or maybe 3. So three quizzes. I think it will be better. 3 quiz, so you can have a better chance to have a better score. Okay, that's the schedule. Before we continue, any questions so far? Okay, if there's no question, okay, I will go to my usual uh, lecture. So this is how I'm usually teach. Let me show you. The TA score is the teaching assistant score. So you will have some probably a homework or maybe some quiz with your TA, and from that score, you from so your TA will grade your score from that, and it will be weighed around 10%. Okay? So that's the TA score. TA score. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me check. Okay, this one. Okay, I also need to check whether the delay is really noticeable or not. Okay, can you see the picture here? Okay. Okay, this is my usual taking notes and how I'm usually teaching the subject. Okay, and again, don't worry whether you are seeing the picture, if it is too fast or maybe too slow, because I always record the session. You can always review after the class. Okay, and I'm suggesting to review after the class. Okay. Okay, so we start with the calculus. Okay, so calculus, as I mentioned before, okay, calculus is a subject, or it start from the calculate, start with the counting marbles, but later it's developed, and we can divide calculus at least 2 main subjects, okay, derivative and integrals. But before we are going to have our definitions from each derivative and integral. So the first half of our lecture will be talking about the derivative. The second part will be integrals, okay, for this semester. Okay. Okay. So from here, actually, what I want to give you some thoughts is, probably you have heard a functions, right? Let's say this is a function. So before we are going to have some definitions on derivative, integrals, and so on, I need you to look at functions. What you know about functions? What is the functions about? Okay. For my class, if you want to type in anything that related to the drawing or maybe question, you can just type in, and anytime. Okay, anytime. If you feel, oh, teacher, can you repeat one more, or maybe if I'm asking something and you want to answer, you can answer in the chat box in the message. Okay, and I don't mind if you are type in the middle of class. It's good. Okay, that means you are listening. Okay, so functions, like imagine this is like a machine. Like when you have something here, you put that inside this machine, and this will maybe reproduce with something new. But still, there's something new. It should carry on the input, okay? Or in our language, in math, we are usually taking this as x, and this is fx, right? So whenever x put inside this fx machine, the result will be fx, okay? And this is the very first part of our introduction. So this is the input, right? And this will be the output. Or maybe you're familiar with the, let me make a new page here. Maybe you're familiar with this diagram. Maybe we learned this, I think, around maybe from elementary school, right? Probably. Like you have this, and well, let's say this is just ABC, and this will be FA, FB, and FC, and you will have the arrow, right? And probably you get this idea, right? So the implications of A, B, C, and then it becomes FA, FB, and FC. You see that this is input, right? Input, output. Okay. What you need to remember here is, yes, good, 1-to-1 and many-to-one. Good. I will explain 1-to-1 later. ABC, and it becomes FA, FB, FC. You see that this output, they still carry on A, right? As a conclusions or as an implications, we can also say that this is independent part. We can have anything actually, right? As long as it is in its domain. But we haven't yet talked about domain, but at least you can put anything for now, okay? You can put anything, right? Anything you can put, right? It's called independent. And this, the implication will be dependent. So we will have the FA, FB, FC depends on what we are putting the first time, the A, B, C. So this is independent variable, and this is a dependent variable, okay? And then you still have time. I think we still have time. I think I will continue. Okay, I think we still have time. Okay. Let me write an official words first. So a functions this is actually a rule, set of rule to assign. Yeah, let's just write each element x, okay, in a set of, let me write domain first, and I will tell you later and maybe review for you. I think most of you are knowing this part, okay, because this is already I think easy to follow. Okay, so domain exactly one one element called fx in a set of E. Okay, E. Okay, to make it, maybe let's just take this as D. Um, to make it more general first, before we going to detail into domain. Okay, so this is basically a function is. Okay, and we can have the function in a words, so explained by words, um, like you have a functions of populations that is have some notation, blah blah blah. You can explain that in words. You can represent in a graphs. You can represent in a table, like you have a table of x and fx, and you can have algebra in a formula. Maybe you have a x squared, like that, right? Graph, you can have graph like that. You can know that, okay, this is x, this is fx. Okay, at least you can represent into four types. Okay, algebra, table, graph, and words. Okay, and I think one of the most useful notations, or how to represent, I think, okay, personally, is a graphs and algebra. Because graph, you can have the visuals. The algebra, if you know the type of the formula, you will know what the graph will be, right? So for example, I will draw some graph randomly. This is just a random graph. So let's say we have, this is our x, this is our y, right? X, y axis, a typical graph. Okay, and we are saying that this line here, this curve here, is our functions. Okay, and this is, we have maybe from A to B, right? And this is called, from A to B, this is called domain. And from here, the top one from the function, this is called the range. I think from the name itself, it can be defined as it is, right? From the name, domain and range. Range is like you have a target, right? Like for example, this is function, this is input, this is output. So basically, this is based on the domain. And this is the range. Basically, you can put anything within the domain, Okay, what the domain means is, this is like home. Imagine this is like a house, right? And this is you. Okay? And this is your friend house. Of course, they will be as it is. Okay, you cannot change this. Okay, yeah, maybe they can play, but in the end, they will back to their home, right? For example, for example, if you want to set this thing in visuals like this x, y, 2 dimensions like this one, if you want to set up a functions like this, the x will be limited, right? Because you cannot have x equals 0, right? Okay, you understand this? Okay. So that is the domain. So domain means any possibility for x that is logically correct. And you can present in visual in a real numbers. Okay? Because real numbers, we can have set of visuals easily. Actually, you can imagine all the numbers, but it will be like, for example, like this one. They square it here. We cannot have the negative, right? We cannot have the negative, but you can have the negative, and it will be a complex number. But for now, that is not uh, our discussion, okay? Because we want to have a good visuals, which means a real numbers, okay? A real numbers. Okay, that's domain and range. And typically, range is based on domain. So that means, like I said before, it depends on what you are putting inside the input. Okay. Okay. Piecewise. Okay. Okay. Another thing that I need to mention is the one-to-one function. Okay. Okay, let's say this the function. This is just a random functions to give you just an example. Okay. Let's say I will take some number here. Let's say this is a, and I will take some line. This is x equal a. Okay. Let's write this is x equal a. Let's say that. And this is a. Let's say this is b. So this is ab. Okay. Now imagine, okay, we are moving from here, going down, okay, and you see that we have the vertical line here, which is exactly cutting the curve one time, right? Let me put some notes here. Okay. Line x equal a, cut the curve exactly once. Okay. And if you see another curve, this is just a random drawing. Okay. Let's say it's looking similar, but it's going here. And at the same a, the line x equal a, okay, they are cutting here and here, two point. Okay, so let's say maybe this is AB and this is AC. Okay, so we have 2 points. So this is what we call 1-to-1 function. Okay, and this is important if you want to define or to derive the inverse, but that's will be later on. Okay, this is 1-to-1 function, and this is called tested by vertical line test. Okay. So if you take the vertical line and if you see the line meet more than 1 point, that means this is not 1-to-1. Or you can also say it's not represent a function. Okay. 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 Another thing. If you have any questions, you can type in. Okay. For today, it's just a small review, not really going into like really heavy subject. I'm just doing some like when you train, like you're doing exercise. This is just a warm up session. Okay, another thing that is important in calculus is a piecewise function, piecewise defined function. Okay, it's actually usually this is an example. I will just give example so you can have you can imagine how it looks like. So for example, it has first 1 minus x, and the second is x squared. This is if x less equal -1, and this is if x greater than -1. And how we are going to draw this? So we can draw this basically by looking at this -1 here. So that is our key to draw. So let me put some number here. Okay, I think that's it. So -1, it should be 1 minus x. So 1 minus x should be a line, right? Let me make another number here. So the second one is x squared, and it is x greater than -1. So without equal, so we can draw this dot like that, open dot, right? The open, not a closed one. And then we can have probably that. Okay. And then from here, it's actually sorry. Okay. Should be is equal 1. Yeah, it should be like that. It should be going here. Right? If you continue the graph. Right? Okay. So this is how we are going to draw the piecewise defined functions. This will be, we are going to more detail, basically in limit, to learn more about the piecewise. But actually this will, I think from this semester and next semester, we still going to look at the piecewise defined functions. Okay, so basically it's a function that have at least two functions with different intervals. Okay, so different intervals here. Okay, different intervals. So when you change the intervals, it will change the curve. Okay, that's basically the piecewise defined functions. Okay, that's the piecewise defined functions. I will just like a slightly review for all the subject. The other subject or sections that is probably important for the whole semester is the even and an odd function. You can tell it's odd or even from the from the graph. The easy one is if you have the okay, yeah, this is maybe just the x squared. Okay. And probably you have something like this. Okay. So usually, if you find this x squared, x4, 6, you can tell that it has a symmetry, right? That's an easy way to look at the visuals, okay? The visuals of the graph. But here, you can tell that it probably x cubed, 5, 7, and so on. And you will see that it's not a symmetry, right? Okay, that's the first thing you can look up from the visuals. Okay? Aside from that, if you think these even functions, let's say we have the x squared. Okay? If you put negative x, it's still x squared, right? Right? And this has become the difference between even and odd. If you have odd function, for example, x cubed, you put in the negative, it will be negative. Too small. Sorry. Okay. So basically what we are going to look at is even functions is basically back to x. So when we put the negative x, we are going to have x. When we have negative x for odd, we will have a negative fx. Oh, sorry. So this is even and odd. Okay. Okay. Okay, so basically this warm-up is basically to give you a slight idea of how calculus will be in this class. Okay, and what I mean by that is the calculus. Okay, this is if you want to have like maybe review on your high school notes, or maybe you want to look more about the basic of the calculus. So basically, you need to have at least three main points. Okay? The first thing is the algebra. Like how you solve the some complicated functions and simplify that. That's part of algebra, and that will be happening in calculus. Okay, So the calculus part is, like I said before, when you deal with the derivative and you deal with the integration. That's the only part calculus in. The rest of the part, and that makes some people confused about calculus and mathematics in general, is this algebra. So you need to be able to solve some algebra problems by yourself. Okay. Of course, in this course, I will show step by step solving some problem, but you need to also familiarize with the algebra. Okay. The second part is trigonometry. This is again one of the subject that makes trouble. Okay, sometimes. So you need to be able to familiarize with the trigonometry, sine, cosine, tangent, and etc., and all the formula inside the sine, cosine, and tangent, right? Because calculus part will also having the trigonometry inside. Okay, and of course, what we have learned before in the previous slides is a function. You need to at least understand the function. Okay. I will write something here. Find the domain. This is just an example. Okay. We'll just give you to sketch the function. Okay. Okay, just do first. You can take some notes, and if you want to, you can check whether you still remember. Okay. Okay, good, Rian. For A, okay. Okay, good. It's correct for domain. Okay, anyone, if you want to write down, you can write down the answer if you want. Oh, by the way, I'm just thinking, probably in some classes I will give you some quiz, not quiz in the percentage in our grading score, but I'm still thinking about that. But quiz in like playing some games, like maybe in before the class started and then after the class started. Okay, I'm about to show you about right now. Okay, how we are going to play the game. Okay, I will stop here for this part. I will continue if you have time. Okay, so now I will stop this. So if you want to write down the question, you can write down first. I will stop the presentations and I will give you our presentation one more time. Okay. Okay. Okay, last session for today. QR code. Scan the QR code. Scan the QR code. Okay. Have you scanned? Okay. I can see the number increasing. Okay, I will wait. Okay. You will see the title is Call 1 Intro and Session, right? Okay, 2021. Okay, I will wait until all students scan the QR code. So my suggestions also, prepare the smartphone, okay, beside your laptops, or maybe if you are using another maybe tablet, prepare another tablet or smartphone and scan the QR code. And I'm suggesting to use the laptop for the lectures. I think it's much more convenient with you. And I don't mind if you are maybe buying some snacks or maybe eating some snacks while study with me. That's okay. Even in class, as long as you don't make sounds, that's fine. Okay? If you want to bring maybe you forgot to take lunch and you want to take lunch now, that's okay. Okay, I'm still waiting. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Very good to know. Yeah, because I know some students have a lot of activities. Okay, if the school open, usually you have maybe playing basketball or maybe going somewhere, and then you don't have time to eat lunch. You can have lunch at my class, as long as you don't make heavy sounds. Okay. Okay, six. I think. Wait. Around 9 more students I need to look at. Okay, 37. Okay. Okay, who else haven't joined? Okay, 40. Okay, five more students. Dofran, if you want to join, that's also okay. You can look what I've done. Maybe you can take this as example in your TA.
Oh, okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, 41. Okay, I will just start what the question. Okay, we're ready. Okay, the first session. Okay. 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 You can use for now. You can use any name you want. Okay, any name you want. But later, please use your student ID. Okay. For now, you can use any name. Your name, any name. Maybe you want to use your nickname. That's also good. Okay. Write your name. Write your name. Okay. Write your name. Okay. I will present the other window so that you can see what it looks like in the picture. Okay. Okay, okay, 41. Okay, I will start. Ready? Okay, answer fast to get more points. You have a little bit time. Just choose whichever answer. This is just a have fun quiz. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Okay. Okay, 12 students got correct. Okay. Okay, good, good. So let's look up. Okay, who is the... Okay. Okay, the fastest one is Rion. Okay, congratulations. Okay, this is have fun quiz that I will try as best as I can prepare for you. And it's not always about the heavy subject in the class, but maybe something, something that maybe still have related with your life. Maybe you have a problem. We can decide on how the quiz will be going. Okay. Okay. So congratulations, Rion. Okay. And probably I will I'll be planning to keep the serious one maybe later. Okay, but for now it's just having fun. Okay, the next one. Okay, the next one. Okay, the next one. Take your phone. You just take your phone. Okay. Give me 3 words that best describe calculus. So any words that you came into your mind, please write that. Okay, write that. Okay. Okay, still okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Anything? Maybe you feel difficult. You feel maybe depressed, or maybe you feel fun. You can write that also. Okay. Okay. Suffer. Okay. Okay. Intelligent. Infinity. Okay. Torture. Okay. Okay. Love it. Oh. Okay. Okay. Still. Okay. Maybe 6 more students. 6 more students. Right now. Right now. Okay. 2 more students. 2 more students. Okay. One more student. Okay. Interested. Useful. Okay. Let me read. Uh, Precisive. Okay. Yeah. Maybe precise. Derivative. Interested. Useful. Algeria. Maybe it's algebra. Maybe hard algebra. Difficult. Interesting. Logical. Difficult. Derivative. Math. Function. Confusing. Infinite. Limit. Beautiful. Suffering. Fun. Holy. Function. Torture. Intelligent. Triangle. Stressful. Struggling. Suffering. Important. Domain. Curve. Okay. X or Y. Okay. Okay. Some is a little bit negative words, some positive, some sections in the calculus itself. Okay. I will put this later in our notes. Okay. Okay. Last part. Get ready. Get ready. Okay. Expectations. This is just a slide. You can read first. So you need to write down any expectation about you, about the class, and what would you like to achieve in this class, and what is your expectation the class will be. Maybe my expectation is the class to have maybe more time, or maybe more quiz like this, or maybe anything you want to have. Okay, in the slides. Okay, write as much as you can. You can submit multiple times. So if you submit one, you can submit again if you want. Okay, and make it as much as you want. Okay. Okay, get ready. Okay, I will wait until all the students going here. Okay, 36. Okay, around 5 more students. 5 more students. Okay, I will start. Okay, get ready. Get ready. Okay, You can think from now like what words you want to write. If you feel maybe some of you are still not really confident in your English, you can write in Chinese. I will translate later. But for now, but if you find some words that maybe simple words, that's also okay. Simple English words. Okay, get ready. Okay, I will move the slides right now. Okay, what would you like to say? Write anything you want. Anything. Oh, good, good, good. If you read through calculus before, I think it should not be a heavy problem for you. Okay. Okay, I will prepare more quizzes. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We used to solve problem in physics. Oh, okay. 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 Practice a lot. Okay. Okay. I've also prepared some exercise, but later. That will be later. Yeah. One of the most difficult subject is calculus. Okay. Yeah, you. That's really good. I want to be math master and will be prof very soon. Yeah, good, good. That's really good. Excited to learn and enjoy the class. Okay. Okay. I want to know the reason behind the logic and not just based the knowledge on the book. Yeah, because most of the time the textbook, this textbook here, I actually have in one in my hand now. This textbook is actually quite heavy. It's have how many page here? Oh, it's more than 1,200, around 1,200 pages. Uh, which QR code? Which one? The quiz or the attendance? The attendance? If you want to the attendance, I will show you later. Okay, I think that will be fine. Or the quiz. Do you want to have the quiz? If you want to go to the quiz, you can go to menti.com and use the code. This is if you want the QR code for the quiz, and for the QR code for the attendance, I will show you later. QR code for attendance, I will show later. Yeah, the quiz is just for fun for today. I will thinking how to make the real quiz still be like you can have easy access and having a good way to have an exam. Okay, I'm still thinking which one that is better because I have some method in mind. Okay. Yeah, be relaxed. Oh, yeah, okay, good. I wish to have more game. I hope to see you in class. Okay, improve my calculus and have fun. Calculus course is fun. Thanks, professor. I hope the class will be fun and easy. I also want to learn so much. Okay. too difficult but interesting. I like this method. I wish I would get from this semester. Okay, we can read the textbook. Okay, where you can buy the textbook is actually I have the email. You can contact the bookseller, but I'm not really know the bookseller, but you can try to contact this email. Okay, okay, I think I will stop the presentation here, and I will give you the attendance QR code. Wait a minute. Okay, here. Okay, let's go this one. Okay, if you need the attendance, you can look here. Okay, you can scan this QR code, and actually, this is the end of our session today. We still have a few minutes, but probably I will go back to the last part of our lecture. No, not no. If you already before or if you already got the attendance, then no need to repeat. Okay, no need to repeat. You just need to scan once. Okay, this is if you are not having, maybe you forgot to scan before, you can scan now. Usually I'm giving in the early class and then in the end of the class. Okay, so actually, yeah, okay, to let you know that if you want to come in the middle of the class, that's still okay, but it's not uh, my suggestions. Okay, because sometimes maybe we have an early quiz or maybe some early, like maybe some important lectures, but if you want to come in the middle of the class, that's still okay for me, you will still have scanning the QR code later in the class. Okay, if you miss the first one. Okay, that's from. Okay, maybe we go back to. Okay, if you. Okay, I hope you guys all already scanned the QR code. Okay. Okay. Actually, that is the end of our session for today. So, this is already recorded. So, if you want to review what we have done today, actually not much, you can still review on the video. I will send you the link into the Moodle. So, check the Moodle every now and then. At least every 3 days, check the Moodle. Okay, maybe from other professor or maybe from me. I will give you some maybe exercise homework, and don't forget to apply the Google account from NTUST. Okay, Google account. I will also mention that in the Moodle later. Okay. Okay, then I will stop and finish the class as today, and see you later on Tuesday. Okay, we will have a full classes on Tuesday and also your first TA class. Okay, is that okay for you, or do you have any questions? Okay, any questions? Okay, okay. Yeah. For the book, if you can find the PDF file, that's also fine. Usually, I will I will give you the homework from the textbook, but usually I'm giving you the file, so you don't really need the book for the exercise. But if you need, and if you have the money, I think you can buy. But it's not necessarily to buy. It's up to you. Okay. If you think you need a book and you have the money, you can buy the book. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay. Hopefully we can have more like your expectations, fun, enjoyable, and hopefully you can all pass the calculus. Okay, uh, but the regulations, I still have something in mind. Okay, the regulations for the class, especially the first year class like calculus, I have regulations that some students they need to be. So I need to distribute the score in a normal distribution. So some students they uh, yeah, hopefully few students, hopefully few, not much. Yeah, it's getting uh, not getting past the course. Yeah, it's the regulations actually. But I do hope all of you get a good score. Okay. Okay, if there's no questions, you can leave the meeting. Okay, you can leave the meeting. Okay. Okay, see you next week. Okay. Yeah, bye. Yeah, bye bye.